perfectly happy, but I'm not running D&D.
Well, put it this
so it's
way.
up to him.
We'd like to meet him before we decide to, there's something about role
In some sort of official panel,
People come.
we'd like to meet him. We've got some forms too. That
Yes,
we'll need.
I will draw up a list of questions.
Psychometric tests.
We've got to make sure we're compatible humans in the terrarium.
So it's okay for us to invite
Yeah.
him over
Yeah.
I'm not sure how.
Doesn't have one
That
of those.
sounds reasonable. If only we were more reasonable.
It's like we were more reasonable.
Dear. I'm perfectly happy for an extra person.
I
but
hate
I'm not the one.
We don't even have the seating. Are we buying a bigger table with more chairs?
But if we had more people, then we wouldn't all have to come every time either.
We don't do that anyway.
And it wouldn't deplete the numbers.
I'd have to come every time.
You like to play your character in shifts, are you?
Yep. How about that? Yeah.
I'd be cool with that.
I'll come once a month and he can come all the alternative.
Maybe you
conversations.
should
Maybe
show
we
him
should
that.
only have one.
Maybe you should show him on
one
YouTube
player at a
first, because
time.
we might
with
not.
one
You
character,
might,
and
you're not
everybody
compatible.
rotates the character.
I like it. I like where we're going with this. I think you're thinking out of the
Let's
box.
not
Oh, not
Let's
with
not
your
overthink it.
character.
Until we thoroughly overthink
We
it.
remember the whole Dr. Mike thing.
Or overreacted.
Or Graham, or whatever his name is.
Mike.
Mike, yes.
Who's Dr. Mike?
Actually, no. Now I remember my D&D character dying when I wasn't here, so
Exactly.
I withdraw my suggestion.
Everybody hates Martian Lurg until their character gets horribly butchered in somebody else's game.
Your character didn't die while you were here.
Until the
You
character
know
gets, say, used as vampire bait.
Yeah, but that was legit, man.
No, you were here.
No, I wasn't.
You ripped up your sheet in front of me.
Yes, he did actually.
What
I
happened?
remember that.
Okay, what have I
He
missed?
So that was the next.
We were
The
talking
next
about. We were talking
How
about.
many
That was
race
the
characters
next
have I killed?
And that was me who killed the race character.
All of them. All the characters.
Oh, okay. You killed Ray's character.
Yes.
Oh.
That makes all the
I
difference.
knew it.
No, I'm pretty sure I was the one who shot him just to watch him
I've
die.
never actually seen a character die from any of our games.
Neither have I. And it was my character.
Until that fateful morning.
He's died multiple times.
I have.
It became a joke at one point.
Oh, I wasn't here and I was dead the next time I turned up.
Well, isn't it a good thing?
Sucks.
Because I mean, if you actually think your character can never
I feel like
die,
I was
He's
running a
died?
character at the time when you
He's
died.
died like 3 times and
I
retired
can't
once.
remember what it was,
and-
whether it was a fight.
I can't remember.
You haven't died, but you've
I've
retired.
tried to kill myself a
Okay.
few times.
You had like an arm and a
Gee,
leg
context-
missing.
context
Oh, this is
makes
it.
sense.
Sorry,
In
Space
fact,
1899.
I
Yes,
tried
yes,
to
yes,
kill
you're
I
right.
was counting my own game.
Game.
Nobody ever dies in
Last
his age
last
game.
Star Wars session.
I'm alright with it.
This
So
is my
ran
second
into
character. I had to retire my first character. There was nothing wrong
Shall
with
we
it.
proceed?
Didn't I attack something that was
Get on
ridiculous
with
in the
it.
last Star Wars session?
Yes,
Sorry?
yes, Blackboard.
Didn't I attack something ridiculous in the last Star Wars session?
Ratman, Catman,
Double hug.
Pitbull Man with a reptile head.
but I mean, what's the point in playing if you just know your character's going to be all right all the time?
Yes, it's ridiculous.
There's no point.
No,
Oh, we
yes.
should die sometimes.
Yes,
Just usually when we're here.
That would be helpful.
yes. That's why I have Martian Lurgy.
You see, I don't like Martial League because I think it disrupts the flow of the game. I understand why you do it, and I accept that in your game. But that's,
But only in your game.
yeah.
Yes.
In Dave's game,
I would accept.
people die when they're not here.
Yep. It's usually easier that way. Then you don't have to put up with the disappointment straight away.
You don't have to see the cry, the
You can just-
actual
yeah,
crying.
You can just send an email.
Okay.
Well,
It is
everything
now.
went well, except.
It is now 8 o'clock. Shall we proceed?
Oh, please.
Are we recording?
Jesus.
I think so.
We have been for the
Damien.
last 4 minutes.
Okay.
Excellent.
It is Wednesday, the 22nd of May, 2019. We're playing Star Wars.
I shall give us a short summary to the extent that I can remember what actually happened.
Okay.
Which was that the characters, well, several things happened really. At one point, Hansi Zobo came to visit,
We don't need to know about Hansi Zobo.
but
Is he a smuggler?
you mostly ignored him. Yeah,
He's the guy from the pinball parlour.
That's right.
Okay, last time I was here, we were playing Star Wars, we had a fleet action in which we pretty much saved the fleet.
Oh
That-
wow,
that
you've
was
got a bit of
years
catching-
ago.
You've got a bit of catching up to
That was a
do.
millennium ago.
Just
No,
watch
it wasn't.
watch the
Watch the
YouTube.
podcast.
Yeah.
Don't-
No, I think I can summarise that because essentially then you had Child One Spy, right? And you were introduced to several council members
Delay.
who seem like
There would
likely
be.
suspects.
Hilaria Clint,
Yes, let me.
Elric Prinz,
That's weird.
Manafort. I can't remember who Manafort was.
Don't tell me.
So Hilaria Clint, or Hilaria Clint, the governor. Turnal Drumpf, Minister of Supply. I knew he'd appreciate it. You all hated it. Zol Manglot,
Didn't we?
Minister of Labour.
Who's Zol Mangle? Go on. Dane gets insulted
I
if
don't
you
get
don't
that.
know.
Paul Manafort. Do you know
Okay,
Paul
don't-
Manafort?
Actually, that's not the one, it's the other guy.
And Erlich Prinz, Minister of Security.
That sounds familiar.
Eric Prince, who's
Right, okay.
No, they're not called that anymore.
a dickhead.
Let's not have that discussion again.
An absolute dickhead. Anyway,
If he's related to the American government, that's a likely.
yeah. So,
My favourite bit's where Trump astroglided through space.
the characters had some interactions with likely black marketeers, but that was very much me trying to get them onto a bum steer, which they failed to
Full force.
cooperate with. And
Well, we already had the lead of the other guy. It was too late.
which
Who
other
do we
guy?
think was the real culprit?
Ratman, who's actually Catman.
You didn't get that lead till significant later, but yes.
Whatever.
But one thing they did do is track down what they had a recording of the last signal that they knew that the spy had emitted, and I allowed a means by which they could track it down to where it was likely patched in from,
Invents.
and that was in Vents, which everyone was too big to get into, but they made a little droid to go down there and
But we
see-
tried anyway.
tried to get down there and see what was happening. I should say that
We like
a
to try.
dead child was found in the interim.
Little
Oh, that's
Bobby,
not good.
Little Bobby Denver.
Little Bobby Denver, who was a vent rat. That is the orphan children who live in the vents and beg.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, this is Maltween has seen better days.
Do you think you need?
And then,
So,
Is this when we do ship-to-ship combat or something?
no, it's when I'm going to get out. I've only got 5 of the dice I really like.
oh, poor you.
But these ones I hate.
Well, keep looking. You'll find more.
Then,
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
It's gone for good.
No,
You'll
it's
never
not.
find it ever again.
Those damn opposable
Okay, they
thumbs.
found a vent rat.
yeah, the
Dead
dead vent rat was just to get you thinking about the vents. So then,
So then,
they found a black with a little robot droid, those little black box droids.
a black,
The mouse
black
droid.
droid.
A mouse droid.
Not a black man.
That's brilliant.
That one, yes.
Yeah, they found a black box
Black box.
that had been
Not
patched
from a plane.
into the communication cables
Right, yep.
in vents. As soon as they found it, it self-destructed.
Bang.
Well, that's annoying.
That is annoying.
There's the little mouse droid thingy.
So in other words, they found where the spy had been patching in. Oh, I failed to mention the dead vent rat child
Mm-hmm.
had scratch marks
No import.
from some kind of animal.
Oh, great.
It had also been, I shouldn't say it, little Bobby Denver, who is he,
Died
had-
screaming for mercy.
how he died was he had a poison dart in his neck.
Screaming.
That's
things
not
like
good.
Yes. And you actually traced the source of the poison, which was an unusual poison,
Mm-hmm.
To the planet.
to the planet
Kevin.
Cavalon.
Yes.
Yes.
And we deal with that just to Dexter.
And you know that there's these cat-like aliens live on the planet Cavalon.
They look like pit
Do any of our
bulls
suspects
with
look
reptile
like-
heads.
Well,
And
funnily
then-
enough,
And then eventually I think you realised,
Hansi Zobo
the-
told us
Yes.
that Toodle Drumpf
Turnal Drumpf,
has a cat-like pet.
yes, well also Turnal Drumpf came to see you and asked you if you'd seen his poopsie.
Poopsies.
Ah, okay, that's where
Lost my
Poopsie comes in.
Poopsie.
And these guys managed to put two and two together and went, hang on a second, he's got a cat thing called Poopsie and we're looking for a cat thing.
Looks nothing like
It
a
wasn't
cat.
like you had to virtually
Oh, Poopsie.
describe the real answer to us before we figured it out.
There's a
How
certain
many-
amount of
how many subtle
clobbering.
hints did you have to drop?
Oh no, they got it pretty good.
Lots.
I thought it was a pretty cool idea. Anyway, of course Poopsie knew the jig was up, so Poopsie had a plan.
Murderers.
Poopsie always.
Plan of Poopsie.
Poopsie had managed to sneak aboard the Galloway,
Revenge
that
of the
is, the
Poopsie.
ship, and made a little nest
Rise
down
and Poopsie.
down underneath
The
the
guts.
floor.
Chef.
Laugh.
Yes.
Down in the
Kind of X
Isn't that
Files.
kind of self-defeating, kind of?
Well, Poopsie had a plan.
I
told you
had
Poopsie
a, I had
had
a
a plan.
vampire do that and freaked the hell out of everyone. So I think
Poopsie is
it's
a
great.
master hacker and managed to hack into your systems and take over the programming of both iAnnihilate and Xbox.
Oh, bad.
And also tried to pour poison gas into the ventilation system.
Mm-hmm.
We prefer that you don't do that.
So the idea was that you gas you, and then iAnnihilate would come around and finish you all off. But iAnnihilate wake you up before you could be finished off. So then you had to have a fight with iAnnihilate and also
We won.
knock off the gas before it killed you.
And my drawer.
And your droid. You had a brief fight with the droid as well. Xbox as well. Xbox tried to.
Now the players seem to
Xbox
be.
tried to zap him.
Mm. Now
and
the
failed.
players seem to be of the opinion that
Xbox
my
and I-
character died of the gas.
iAnnihilate's missing his head right now, so you might have to repair
Yeah,
it.
we'll repair him, but later.
Xbox is.
Let's put a red head on it.
Xbox has a what do they call it? Restraining bolt at the moment.
Mhm.
Can't do anything.
No.
No? Red arm?
No.
Silver leg?
For droids, is
No.
that more like giving them a lobotomy, or is it more like tying them up?
I'm not sure. Let's just say you can't.
What, the
You
restraining
can't go
bolt?
around zapping anyone right now,
Right, gotcha.
even if he wants to.
He'll be
Even
alright.
if he really,
You'll
really.
be alright.
He'll be fine. We'll-
Most of the
Thanks.
characters
We'll give you
succumbed
dance
to the
appreciation,
gas,
that'll
but
make him
Bedney had a
happy. Now,
really good
What
trick.
you realised was Poopsie must have been somewhere on the ship, and then you managed to track it down to the cargo.
I
can't
shot him.
remember how. Can't remember the details of that little eventuality.
Ray went down
And then Ray shot it.
I shot him and got zapped in the
Tuna.
thingy.
Tuna
I'm pretty
traced
sure
it.
only Ray
Tuna-
shot him. You
Tuna-
got shot in the neck.
Tuna
After I
traced,
shot him.
Tuna traced the hack to the cargo
No,
area.
only Ray shot him. I'm sure only
How did Ray shoot him? He was at the
there. Down
door.
in the, down in the vent. He went down, climbed down and looked for it.
He got shot and then he crawled through
Oh,
his
that's
tube.
right, yes.
You got shot in the neck with.
But I finished him off.
I don't think
No,
you
no, no,
did
no,
any of
no.
that.
I went down and rescued him and dragged him
After I
back
shot
and
him.
gave him first aid just
This
so
is
is
I
why-
Ray shot him.
This
No,
is
I
why we
shot
don't
him.
No, I
let you
dragged
write
he
your
was
autobiography.
shot in his nest.
Because it's
and
not
the thing
how
was
all
beep,
of us
beep,
remember
I
beep,
it.
shot
beep,
him.
Okay, okay.
And
I mean, we can always go back with
Memory.
And
For the week.
I pulled him
Yeah.
back to give him first aid
I'm
because
not,
I didn't
I'm not
want
saying Ray didn't shoot him at some point, but I
Oh,
shot him last.
I wanted to make sure he
Pulled through.
because I reckon that all the movies where the evil character just dies at the end, they're unjust.
Well, so what's
Because that's
that?
easy
Now, of course,
way
of
out.
course,
I want the speed.
of course,
I want
Poopsie
the
had
villains
another
to
black
suffer.
box connected to your
What are you
data
talking
cables.
What are you dribbling on about now, Ray? Talking about
So-
the suffering.
Ray crawled under the floorboards to
Yes.
to retrieve
To
Poopsie
save him from my mouth.
and almost got blowed up by another beeping black box, but we managed to cut the power to it.
I was beyond caring at that point because the room's getting dizzy. He shot me like 6 times in the neck and I just went.
He
I
shot you
rolled-
once in the neck. This is all very much not what happened.
He shot me in the neck and then I shot him
Revisionist
back.
history.
It
Yep.
sounds very
He's
revisionist
hallucinating in the back.
He
Look,
shot me
I
with a
heard-
dart and I shot him
I-
back.
I will concede that maybe I don't remember what happened.
If you listen to the recording, you'll find that he is telling the truth.
Let's say that he is.
And that's why we will never watch the recording.
Yes.
Well,
exactly.
I did yesterday.
So what happened?
What happened, Saxon?
His version of events.
Yeah, that's what
So I never shot him.
No, I didn't think you had.
As I recall, you were actually deliberately acting as a decoy.
Yeah, you ran into the room to try and flush it out. You got shot in the neck.
And
then
then I shot him.
I'm pretty sure Ray shot him. That was my recollection of events. But anyway,
But he crawled,
Somebody
he
shot him.
crawled through the vent.
It's-
I remember
it
Ray
kinda-
saying, "Don't shoot him" when I shot him.
Didn't
I
I?
kind of don't matter.
Didn't I follow? Didn't I follow a trail of blood or something? In
Yeah,
the
you
vents?
did. Yeah.
In under the grill.
After he spontaneously stabbed
It
himself
doesn't matter who did this.
Yeah, I don't really
when he
care.
wasn't shot.
Apparently it does.
What was important was that I dragged him back and then
Yes,
gave
he's-
him first aid.
We've got him. That's
He's
all that
technically
matters.
still alive, as is Peter. Although Peter is in a
Back to
is
tank.
in a
Back to tank.
Now
Back to tank.
I will say
I thought you were about to say vegetative state.
no.
That's it.
But his character, he did a back.
Can be saved, but not his brain.
You could put an Annihilate's brain.
I am now in a meat bag body. I am not okay with this.
Or maybe Peter's body is ruined, but his brain's still alive. So you
We're
put him
putting in
inside
iron
Annihilate.
Oh.
But just in a jar in the middle,
In his
so he just gets carried around. He's not in
Oh,
control.
yeah, I know, he just-
He's not in control of the situation. All he can do is just scream constantly.
I have no mouth and I must scream.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh god,
Okay, it's getting
That's
weirder.
definitely not going to
Did you notice? Did you see how quickly they turned this into a horror movie?
Yes. Okay. So,
So am I coming back from the dead and murder them all, or is I annihilate?
you can go and join.
When you are
what's his
fused
name?
with
Mendes.
Oh, silent running!
What about Silent?
I'll be the head on top of the robot and coming to get you.
Silent running.
There's no head on top
No,
of the
no, it's
robot
not
and
silent running. It's the
You're
other
thinking
one.
of. I know what you're thinking of because I've watched it recently.
It's
Saturn 7 or something.
Saturn 3.
Saturn 3, that's it.
I've watched that recently.
Oh, it's a
It's a
creepy
creepy movie. It's not. It's not the first time I've seen it, but it's been a long time since
the
I've
black
seen
hole with Maximilian.
it. But I saw it recently.
Oh, this guy's
just,
worse than Max.
just totally at random. I was literally just looking through Netflix, going, "Oh, what's to watch? Oh, Saturn 3." I was like, "Oh yeah, this is a really creepy movie." It's a good thing I'm here all by myself in the dark.
Anyway,
Yes.
You got over that and you're
let's
alright?
just do
I'm
the
all
game.
right, I'm a grown up. So
Ray actually wants us to get on
But you
with it.
slept with the light on, and that's okay.
that's okay. Yes, I can forgive myself for these things. So, what we do have is, you have the formula to the poison, so you could potentially work out the antidote, or you could take him to the medical centre, which might also be able to do something like that.
For Peter, who's in
For
the back.
Peter, who's in the back to tank, the only reason he's in the back to tank is to stop the process of the poison from getting to the rest of him.
Mhm.
Right. Okay. So it is worth our while trying.
And him ending up like little Bobby Denver. Because then he'd end up like little Bobby Denver. We know what happened to
How
him.
do you spell back to tank? B-A-C-T-A?
Yeah,
is that-
BACTA. You're correct.
I think, yeah. Okay, so do we want to treat him on the ship or take him to the med centre? Perhaps more to the point, at the same time, other people may want to talk with the head of security for the planet and actually explain the situation.
Well,
with the Oopsie.
you're going to have to explain why you have a half alive. Well, that's another thing. What are you doing to stop this guy dying if that's your plan? Because he might die if you
You've
don't
got
do
Donald
something.
Trump's poopsie. You'll want him back.
Well, we look at our computer's database.
Not that
and
I
don't-
can say that.
there's a
Oh, you could
database
leave him
that
on his
actually-
front step and run away.
We've rebooted
But
our
he's still
computer.
alive, isn't he?
Yeah, put
Who analysed that the dart was Cavalian?
That would have been my character.
Yeah, okay. So using whatever source you've figured that out from, you would probably also be able to derive an antidote from the same source.
Arguably, yes.
I mean, you have the molecular. So in other words, you have the molecular.
Well, there was a database that was accessed.
The question is whether or not that's online at the moment, or whether the power is still off.
Also, unless you do something about Poopsie, Poopsie will die. I'll just say
Yeah.
that.
Well,
So-
I
Well, if you heal
Did
me,
say
you'll get
I
me out of the back of the tank and we
first
stick
aid.
Poopsie in the back of the tank.
Sorry?
said I administered first aid to Poopsie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Poopsies need something a little bit more strenuous than mere first aid. And that would suggest that even my
None
four
of
dice.
you are medical professionals as far as I know.
Yeah. I'm arguably the best, and I've only got 4 dice. I think we're going to have to get him to the medical centre. At the same time, we'll probably have to talk
Okay,
with
well,
the
why
head
don't
of
we-
security.
Intimidation. I could tell him, get better or else.
Can I ring Toodledrumpf and say, we found the leak. Toodledrumpf's in charge, isn't it? Or is it?
No,
I wouldn't
Hillary-
ring General Drum.
No, he wasn't the head of security.
He's the last
I think
person
it's
we
the
should
security guy.
Early
No,
Prinz. Early
yes.
Prinz is security.
Yes. Well, as I recall,
Who's the head? Hilaria.
Hilaria
Yeah.
Clump.
Well, let's
I'm
ring
sorry,
Hilaria.
Hilaria Prinz.
Let's
Are we
get
sure we can?
Hilaria.
Are
The
we sure we can
Trumpster.
trust any of these people
Let's-
at all?
Yes.
We'd be
'cause
better
we
off just
found-
telling all of them at the same
Right
time.
now, you can trust Toonal Drumpf, although I wouldn't trust him with responsibility.
Well, I ring Hilaria. I say, we found the leak. We have a medical emergency though. Can you get some of your, at least 2 of your best people over, because we've got the perpetrator, and I outline who it is, and we've got
what about
our, one of our crew suffering from one of the
All right.
poison darts,
Shortly thereafter,
and give him much information so that we can get that processed as quickly as possible in an antidote sense.
well, let Tuna
Mm-hmm.
have a crack at seeing if we can work out what the reasonable antidote to the poison is. And while you're waiting, and a security team turns up with Ehrlich Prince and the head doctor of the medical centre,
Uh-huh.
and let's say a couple of paramedics.
Okay, so
Because I'm not sure they really know what they're coming for exactly. So let's say
Okay.
they do lots of things.
that was 18 plus 1 is a total of 19 on my medicine.
Wow! This has got a known antidote. We should be able to synthesise that, or the medical centre should be able to synthesise that.
Mm-hmm.
Need to transfer it to there to get a proper transfusion of the antidote. Because I wouldn't be doing it myself if I were you.
No.
Yeah, but don't
Yeah, give it a go. What's the worst that could happen?
Not on the ship, you don't, but the medical centre does.
I live. I die. I live again. I die. I
Can we
live.
fix him? Otherwise, it's going to be even more irritating.
So,
And I presume we take Poopsie to the medical centre as well.
Well, yeah, the medical professionals will.
Ehrlich Prinz wants a full debrief of what the hell is happening.
Mm-hmm.
You're in charge, remember.
Tell them everything.
One.
You're the ranking dude.
Oh, great.
I'm going to assume that this is going to happen later. So Pete's out of the medical centre. He's fine. Poopsie is being held in medical centre under surveillance.
It's gonna get out. It's gonna get out. It'll get out and take revenge on us.
Revenge!
We can shoot it again.
Poopsie nearly got you once.
Oopsie, get you
Poopsie get you again.
Oopsie, going to the airlock now.
Poopsie isn't a
Bye bye, Poopsie. No, no, please, please, no. Sorry.
Toodle Drum thought he was a pet.
Mm-hmm.
Toodle Drum thought he was an exotic, boutique, pedigree Merble bump or something. Let's say it was a Merble bump. That's what sure it was.
And Poopsie was trying to pretend that he was.
Well, to the extent that you know anything, you assume you know that this creature can hack into systems and is stealthy and smart.
It's one of those spy race people
So
from Spy
presumably-
Race Planet.
When
Have we
Toodle
talked
wasn't
to
paying attention, like when he was asleep or something, Poopsie was accessing all his systems, learning all his things.
Right.
Can we make sure that while Poopsie is being treated, that he has absolutely zero access to technology?
Okay, we need to, yes,
Put him in a
make
box.
that
Having
clear.
explained
Put him
the
in a
situation to Mr. Prince, I imagine he'll arrange for him to be under heavy guard with exactly that stipulation.
He certainly has
I
that.
think we need to stipulate it so that the GM doesn't take it on himself to exploit
point.
it.
Quite
And
apart
I
from
would-
anything else, you need to make it clear that it is actually a sentient being, because
Yes.
otherwise they wouldn't
Yes.
necessarily know that.
And bring reference to
Otherwise
the
they'd send it to the vets and put it in a cat basket.
Well, somebody
Yeah.
complains that we've murdered a poor
That would be
princess.
a
That
big
could
one.
actually be a good thing.
Let me out!
and while we're working on the principle of explaining exactly what we think should be done so that the games master doesn't have the opportunity to screw us over, suggesting that some IT technicians actually go through and access Toodledrum's computer records just to kind of identify where and when Poopsie was accessing them, so we know any other communications which we'll be looking for.
If we can find two
Oh,
Poopsie's communication things, now I think this is where we could really do
Well,
well.
probably in the vents.
We could lead the whole Imperial blockade fleet into a trap.
I like that.
His
We
communication
want.
things,
Yeah,
so
we could send messages
basically
on Poopsie's.
spoof as Poopsie.
Yeah.
Right.
Poopsie spoof.
Yeah,
That's
Spoofsy.
not going to be the name of the
Spoofsy.
podcast.
Okay,
That's our mission. Poopsie spoof.
so how would you do that? You'd need to basically
Poofy
emulate Poofy's. Poofy's?
Oopsie.
And of course you have,
Mission
you have
Poofy
one of
spoof.
his black boxes, so you could potentially do that.
Yes.
You'd first have to
Black
work out how it works.
Can we Are any of us actually any good at this?
No.
No,
Because maybe we could actually get the some
They'll need-
technologists
they'll need-
from the planet.
they'll need demolitions because they're all booby trapped.
No, we've disabled the booby trap.
Well,
Have
you,
we?
Yeah.
you've cut power to it. If you actually put power to it again, it'll probably immediately blow up.
Well, again, we now are
Yeah.
we're now working with known friends, whereas we were working with suspects before. So
Yes.
now I think we can rely on the technical expertise the planet may have to offer.
Yes. Maybe just say don't plug it in because it'll probably explode.
Yeah.
Oi, oi, oi. There is no one here but a machine that speaks. 7.
So if we can
6,
get a
5.
secure channel to Admiral Akbar, I could try and plan a massive.
I see what you're saying. All right, so let's just make it the next day, and you're going to see Relic Prinz, where we can discuss these plans. Although in the interim, do you want to solve the mystery of the black box, or are you going to leave that up to other people?
I think,
that
to
up
be
to other
honest,
people.
it'd be best to leave it up to other people.
Yeah, it's cool.
Unless Saxon wants to have a go.
Unless Saxon wants to have a go.
What is the mystery of the black box?
Well, just wait. So what Ray wants to be able to do is to transmit as if we were Poopsie. You know, like
Right, yes.
So what Poopsie was doing was hacking into the data cables in the city and using the city's own transmission facilities to transmit coded messages to the Empire.
Okay, well,
Which
I've
is
got.
what you were able to find out.
I'm just trying to find where it would be, but I think I've got slicing.
That sounds like something you would have. Is it slicing or coding?
You have coding.
Coding. I've got forgery, and I have a data pad with specialist slicing software.
Bloody hell! The spy is finally in the spy game.
So I'm guessing coding is probably the.
Well, this isn't actually to understand the technology, although the technology isn't particularly complicated. It's actually more the code.
Yes.
Okay, right.
I would have either one or two people where one person is understanding the necessary aspects of the technology, which aren't particularly complicated, while the other is actually trying to understand the code that
Okay.
encrypts the message.
So coding is the technical
With
side of it.
the critical component being the right tags such that it's clearly a message, you know, when it's received by the Empire, they understand it to be a message from the spy.
Okay, well I've got cognitive science, I've got cultures, informatics, and I've got 4D and languages.
Don't worry about any of that. You worry about the coding.
Okay, coding.
Unless who's got technical computer stuff? I believe that's mostly Saxon's character.
Yes, 4D.
So Saxon roll on technical computer stuff
Okay.
Coding.
while Jono rolls on coding. Jono can get a bonus for being
Okay.
spy stuff.
And then I get an extra dice.
Yes.
So,
'Cause you've got that data pad.
14 plus
Yeah.
1 is total of 15.
That's enough.
Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I rolled crap.
11.
11.
Well, you know the basics of it, but you don't reckon you can confidently spoof his signal right now. You need to better understand how he encodes his signals,
Right.
which
Okay.
might take a little bit of time.
Wouldn't he have like special recognition phrases or something?
Exactly.
Right,
Yeah,
that's-
and they may change over time. So
Okay, so what I can do, guys, I've analysed this pretty heavily. Look, I can make myself sound like him.
I thought the
What
GM
I-
said you couldn't. Oh, sorry.
No.
lingo.
I can make myself sound like him, but what I can't do is I don't know all his code phrases. So I could imitate the character. I just can't prove
So they may then send a message back going, the booble lives on the Wangle.
Exactly.
And you don't know how to respond to that.
I will
You
show
can't,
you my
you can't do the
Vanguard.
handshake.
That's right. I don't know the secret handshakes. So that was role playing the same general.
Yes, indeed.
A Vanguard.
And to some extent, that's entirely unknowable. You can work out the stuff that's in there, but you never know, he may change that from time to time.
Well, the thing is, if I'd have got a high thing,
Poopsie may change it.
if I'd have got a high roll, I'd have said
Wouldn't
something
it?
along the lines of, look, he's got some fancy gear, but it's
If
no
we
match.
don't,
Oh, I should tell you something that I only just remembered too.
Right.
While you were poking around in code, you realised that Poopsie sent a message just before you grabbed
Do we
it.
still have Poopsie with us?
Well, he's probably already revealed he's being botched.
Folks,
do we
have a
still
problem.
have Poopsie with
I
us?
have another
No,
cunning
Poopsie
plan.
would be at the
Medical
mid-centre.
Under guard.
Do we understand what? Can I decode that message?
Can't we go and interrogate it?
Potentially.
Dave, do we know what time he sent the message?
I was literally, he sent some very brief, pre-coded signal, just for, as part, presumably while he was setting the thing off to self-destruct
Okay,
You
I'm
mean
going to
on
see if
our
I can
ship?
read
on your ship.
Then he's already told them he's being.
Well, we don't know.
Well, what?
How about we find out how bad? I'll see if I can decode.
Have another roll and
What
see if
other
you can
message was
decode
he
the
sent?
nature of the signal he sent.
Damn it! It was a nice 5, but it rolled off the table. Anyway,
You don't know exactly what he sent, but you're pretty certain it was along the lines of mission abort.
Yeah.
okay. I think he sent
I-
an abort code.
Okay,
Yes.
I have another plan. I mean, this
Okay.
this doesn't necessarily invalidate the first plan, but another idea is to orchestrate Poopsie escaping and orchestrate him having a ship available that, unknowing to him, is actually loaded with high explosives.
It's risky.
It's interesting. How can we be sure he'll take the bait instead of just come after us?
Because we will already be dead.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
So we just have to kill ourselves first.
No. Bedney has already studied with the sorcerers. She knows how to fake the
I
death.
can
All
kill
she
you
has to
all
do
without you even knowing.
So when he wakes up with us in contorted attitudes of death around him, he'll realise he can escape and there's nothing suspicious.
Studied with the monks of Durus. Not
Like the monks of Durus,
Grand.
yes, sorry.
Otherwise should be raising you all from the dead as zombies.
Yes, thank you. I stand
After
corrected.
killing you.
This is doable.
What
I
part?
wonder, would it be in
It's
character
not
for
that,
this?
it's not that
this
hard
creature?
to arrange for somebody to escape and them think they've done it from their own resources. I mean, he's pretty resourceful anyway. We just have to leave him with,
Would it be
a
believable?
couple of guards and the ability to
Leave
get
him in
out.
the cat basket.
Would it be believable for him to
With some
say
kibble.
to his masters,
It's like I can
I've
think of
managed to
another
get I've
space.
managed to get away, but I don't have all my codes with me?
No.
That might be a bit obvious.
Hello.
Can I have all the
how are
codes,
you? How are you
please?
guys?
Okay.
We're fine.
I accidentally left McFray's
The
book
code
behind.
book. Can
What-
you remind me what
What
the codes
phrase
are?
book? Didn't you memorize all your codes?
Yes, but I ate it.
So that's what you can work out before your meeting with Erlich Prinz the following day.
One more,
Thing you
I'm
wanna
sorry
think
I
about.
keep on coming up with
No, no, it's good to have
Every
plans. It's good
time.
to have plans.
But
Even though I'm
another
not
way to
planning
get
for
the
your
codes,
plans, but
another
never
way to
mind.
get the codes from him is to basically reprogram the box to function, but not actually communicate, so that we can orchestrate him getting hold of the box, thinking he's pulling one over on us, and then he will enter the codes in order to communicate.
How are we going to engineer this to happen?
That sounds insanely complicated.
There's nothing that can go wrong.
So,
I think just
Really?
have him escape and grab a ship.
so
full of
presumably he
explosives.
knows the box is still. He tried to destroy the box, but presumably he knows. He presumably knows that it didn't go off because if it did, he'd be dead. And he'd be dead.
In terms of a
So he must know it
Does he
didn't go
know he
off.
isn't dead yet?
in terms of an explosive laden ship, would we be able to actually put enough?
You could, but the security forces of Maltuing may well.
And we've got at least 3 freighters floating around.
Yes. That's potential.
Mm-hmm.
That's a potential.
If nothing else, we can damage the hangar when he like.
Arrives.
Yes.
Hello.
I have escaped.
This is a cool idea. I'm just trying to work out how to make it work.
Well, I don't think it's that hard to engineer some guy. You just have to have him escorted somewhere after you fix him up. Maybe by us.
Escorted by us.
So
I know, that sounds
okay, so he's being
suspicious.
escorted by us and
Kills one of us
kills one of us.
Yeah.
to escape.
You put
To
a little
escape.
cat bell
What do
on
we
him.
do? Draw straws. Actually, send Ray, his character
And a
died all
little
the time,
bow.
apparently. He could just die,
And we
he's
go,
used to it.
we're going for walksies, poopsies.
Question.
So
Could
what's
we,
the hang on?
Hang on.
would the Imperials respond to a gloat?
No.
Probably not.
We
Is that
just,
a Star Wars creature?
we just need to have him
I don't
sedated
understand.
so we
It's like
know
a
when he's
ghost.
going to wake
So
up.
Oh.
And
Glossy.
when he's like in that
Glossy.
semi-wakened state, we put him in like a cell that's easy to escape from with us, you know, the guys who put him there saying, he'll be out for hours. We
We'll
don't
never
need to watch
escape
him.
from here.
Yeah.
Wink.
That's an interesting idea. Alright, so I'm going to say it's the next day, and you're now talking to Erlich Prince. You're presumably going to your appointment, because you have to explain to him
The plane.
why the hell he's holding a cat under high security in the hospital, because that's in fact his first question. Why the hell
Tesla
am
all
I
the way
holding
again.
the Minister of Supply's pet under high security in the medical centre?
He's not
There's
a-
only so much I'm willing to trust you guys.
He's not a pet.
Well, we will explain the situation and we'll bring up the technical
He's an
records
alien
on the
species.
aliens from the planet Cavalon. Was
Look,
it?
look, here's a
Cavalon.
picture of them and some data. He can show you.
And do you have one of these black boxes?
Yes.
Yes.
But this guy's a master hacker. Would he actually need? Oh, yeah. Sorry. It's Prince. But in the plan of the cat escaping, does he need the black box in order to communicate, or would he be able to just do it through with his codes through any normal communications?
Well, presumably if he could get access to a terminal,
He can use
he
anything.
could use the
yes.
terminal.
Okay. So
He
he's
used a black box because it was more, he
Yeah,
didn't need
yeah.
access to a terminal.
yeah. So any ship would have all its communications terminals and communications
Yeah,
equipment.
yeah.
Now, I think we should put him on a ship with the pretense.
Given
The
don't forget
pretense
that
of
he's
where-
a cat.
We're taking him back to.
He's a cat about this long
Yeah, yeah.
without the tail.
Yeah.
And so that means, he may not be able to use the same terminals.
Well, he's a master hacker.
hang on,
He'll
Will he be
figure
able
it
to
out.
pilot a ship?
I don't
Wait
think
a
he'll
minute.
have a problem.
Was that
Board can pilot a ship, so of course it can.
I'm gonna say you found out one other thing while you're poking around
Right, yes.
in his code, that he reprogrammed Annihilate not only to kill you all, but to then pilot the ship. I'll just tell you that now.
Oh, wow.
We're not using my droid as exploder meat.
Guys, there is
I
something
think that's
else.
a worthy.
Mm.
No, it is not.
He's programmed Annihilate as a pilot.
Annihilate is a pilot.
Although,
Well, if he can program Annihilate as a
was the
pilot, he
pilot
can
before
program
I came
anything as a
along.
pilot.
Oh,
So all we
fly
have
the
to do
ship.
is to leave a droid
Give him
around
a
and
So
convenient-
he's giving him
a convenient droid that
Anyway.
nobody cares about.
Anyway, we can. The story can be that we are putting him on a small transport, a small few-man
I just
transport
point out-
with a guard to take him to Admiral Akbar for further question.
But the guard has to leave the ship for some reason.
Can I just say,
No, the guy can
GM,
survive. We won't tell the guy.
This is a hugely risky plan from Erlich Prince's point of view.
Yes.
the GM has
Wouldn't it
just
be
given
easier?
us.
Wouldn't it be easier just to interrogate this suspect? so
Yeah, we
can
could do that.
understand?
Well, we can do that too.
Yes, please.
The GM has just given us Annihilate on us. He's just given us an easy way. If
We're
we
not-
were
we're
to
not
sacrifice Annihilate.
No, we're not doing
All
that.
I was
you
trying to
weird
do with that
freaks.
little hint was to tell you
We're also not selling my spaceship
But
and
the
all the
cat
other brilliant
creature-
plans you have involving taking
yeah,
my
the
stuff.
cat creature is reliant on Annihilate to pilot the ship because the cat can't do it.
So he can't pilot. Okay, I see what you mean, yeah?
Mostly just because he's a cat, not because he doesn't necessarily have skills.
You
It's
can't reach the controls.
It's just
But
not
you have failed to
designed.
realise one thing.
The ship isn't
I've
designed
turned
for
your
him.
Xbox into a drink machine.
Can't reach the controls of the airships.
Well, just give him a protocol droid to play with.
You guys are crazy.
He looks like a pit bull with a reptile skull for a
Yeah,
head.
forget that. Think of Fluffy Cat.
Peter's description is more accurate.
That tries to kill you.
It's a horror creature from hell.
Isn't it?
Whoopsie!
Is that an actual Star Wars creature, or did you just pick that off from
No,
some
Star
D&D
Wars creature.
No,
module?
it was from.
West
I was
End.
saying before it was from West End Sourcebook. Only in the sourcebook he's a rebel spy, not an
You know what
Imperial
we have to get? The updated, the next version of Star Wars. Just-
Why? Because
Because that's
D6
got
Star
weird
Wars
shit
is
in it.
perfect.
How do you know it's not D6?
What?
It could still be D6. You don't know, yeah, but
I do
No,
know.
the actual gaming systems are usually copyrighted or at least trademarked. So
These
not
days,
gonna
it's,
re-
these days it's Fantasy Flight.
which
They
means
know
it'll be
the Star
great.
Wars.
They're good, they give good rules.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go and buy
They,
that.
they use special dice. You need to use
Come
their
on, Dave,
special
we
dice.
play the next version of D&D every time it comes out.
That's right.
And we spend the next two weeks whinging about
You
it.
do, like this, it's different! You do realise that D6 Star Wars is one of the most celebrated role-playing systems ever devised.
It's broken.
It is broken, but so are all of them.
Why is it the most celebrated? Ridiculous.
It's not, I'm not lying.
I'm not saying it's not
respected.
good.
It's a
Celebrated
well-
among who?
it's a
Yes.
it's a
People who play Star Wars.
It's a well-respected role-playing system. You
From
can't
who?
deny it.
It is a well-respected role-playing system, but it's still broken.
Yeah, but so are all of them.
I've been running the same character for over 20 years,
And it will never die.
and it will never
Max
die.
Sumter is
You
timeless.
have not been running Max Hunter for 20 years.
Oh,
It's been at least, 17, 18 years since Bruce was in the group?
I couldn't tell you.
I
Something
changed his
like
character
that.
before he left.
That's true.
He was the reason I
Okay,
changed the
actually,
character.
it has been a while. I wouldn't have said it was 20 years.
Should we have a
At
birthday
least
party
18.
for Max Sumter?
Yes.
Coming of age.
It's
Has
very,
it really
very...
been 18 years?
Well, hang on. Well, how...
I don't know. I don't remember
Do
exactly.
you think we could work
I'm
out a
pretty sure
Max
when I knew
Sumter
Bruce, I was in my
Foundation Day?
30s.
And we could celebrate Max
I was like
Sumter
33
Foundation
or
Day.
something
You'd
when
be-
he left the
You'd
group.
love that.
Wow, you're probably right.
What year did the first Toy Story movie come out? No, the first Shrek movie. That was the same year he left the group.
No,
How the hell would you make that link?
Just. I'll stop it, Peter.
What, so you went to see Shrek?
No, we didn't.
2001.
We did.
Oh my God, Peter's right. It was exactly 18 years.
Yep, 18 years.
Holy shit. Now, back to this. So,
Right.
you've got this plan where you might be able to
Shut
work out how to make him escape or something and blow up the Imperial
Well,
fleet.
we've got to get him to escape, and we've got to get him to conveniently find our ship full of explosives.
Oh, you're going to blow up your own ship?
No, a ship. Our ship.
Only if you're on it.
Our ship being the one that we have conveniently filled full of explosives that are invisible to him.
And he won't suspect
I know what you
And
mean.
he
now.
somehow-
That sounds weird.
If I
and he
may,
somehow has a droid that he's able to reprogram
It's
to
a
fly.
freighter ship. There's plenty of spaces to hide
if I may
explosives.
suggest, I think Ehrlich Prince's idea of simply interrogating him and then we could get information to lure the Imperials into a trap is actually
Well-
A, simpler and B,
I
more
think this is
effective.
very risky.
I think Ehrlich Prince, certainly Ehrlich, you're not going to be able to do any of the, well, you're not going to be able to do your plan very easily without the cooperation of Ehrlich Prince. And Ehrlich Prince is, at this moment, more interested in interrogating the prisoner and confirming your story.
I honestly just see this as a way of the GM to be able to double down and screw us over and have the cat released.
But it's
For sure.
it's such a wonderful Blake 7 move. I want
For
to do it.
sure.
I like it too. I just want to,
Just want to make it plausible.
Can we interrogate him first and then do it?
Sure.
now.
How we spent a whole session trying to figure out who the spy was.
Well, think about the first
Like,
plan
came
that I
up with
had,
all those
which was just
And it
to
turned out it
lure
was a
them
cat.
into a trap.
I
We could
remember
lure them
Tesla
into a trap, but
predicting
what would be a sensible trap that we could lure them into?
Yeah, I know.
That's the difficult.
Well, here's the big thing.
It really depends
If
on
he
Admiral
thinks-
Akbar.
If he
What?
thinks he's got out scot-free,
Well, we're not going to trap an Imperial fleet with one ship and 3 transports, or 2 transports after one of them blows up.
The best you're going to do is damage one Imperial warship. That's the best.
We can damage one Imperial warship if we use the second plan. With the first plan, we may be able to lure most of the blockade into a surprise
attack by Rebel
by the
alliance,
entire rebel fleet.
which would require coordination
Why
with the
would we
Rebel
do
fleet.
this?
Well, what
Don't
sort
do
of
this.
what
That's
sort
not
of
too
trap
bad, is
would
it?
work? Because
Don't
we
do this.
they already know where the Imperial fleet is. They're blockading the planet. So what sort of position can we lure them into
Why
where
would
we
do
actually
this?
have an advantage?
We can lure them
Well,
out
you
of
basically
position.
lure them into you lure them out of position. You basically tell them they have overwhelming superiority and that they've got a high value target. Now, basically, you get them to pull their pants down and then catch them with their pants down.
You
And
have
do
to
what?
explain him,
And
not
do
me.
what then?
Can we
What are we going to
persuade
do with
Poops?
them once we're...
Taunt them until they make a mistake.
Question: do we know? Let's interrogate Poopsie and find out what his levers are.
They make a mistake.
Look, here's the thing: if he's motivated by
I think there is a
patriotism,
limit to the taunting.
if he's motivated by patriotism
That will make
for the
Don't
Empire,
make them make
there's
a
not much we can do.
I
If
don't.
he's motivated by money, we can probably buy him.
How will we know the difference?
motivated
If he's a
by
patriot who accepts our money
Wait,
as a way to trick us, we will not know.
Yes. We'll simply have to have Bettany look for his deepest fears and throw puppies at him.
Yes.
They would be his deepest fears, except he's a
Throwing
horror.
puppies.
Yeah, can't you
Puppies
just
would freak him
can't you
in
just do a
terror.
Jedi mind position of him?
That's true.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Just violate the Force,
So,
accept the dark side, and torture him.
one
Go
thing,
from there.
one
Jedi
thing,
uses the Force. for
one
knowledge.
thing Bettany knows is she previously.
Oh, well then you're covered.
Bettany knows that she's previously sensed some kind of Force ability from this creature.
It's Yoda in disguise.
So,
What the frickin' cat?
Torture! Time to torture
Cat
the cat.
Jedi.
You've already gone down the path of torture.
Have a
Why stop
lightsaber duel with
now?
the cat. That'll be awesome. It'll be something we'll never forget.
oh, will it be like Puss in Boots from, was it Shrek?
Yes.
Do you
Have a fake mind.
Emperor. What's in good?
You better puff, you better go.
Holy shit, I'm old.
What? Just based on his character or based on
No,
Shrek?
Shrek was 18 years ago.
Well, can I just point out, today I realised that we had school photos, and I was looking at the photos and realising that every kid in the photos, except for the year 12s, was born after I started working at the school.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm like looking at this and going,
Well, you're
Okay,
running high school. I've had the same
It's impossible to
experience with
coordinate.
kids at university.
Then don't do it. You're freaking people out.
Every year, first year students look more and more like children to me. It's like,
You're supposed to, that's natural.
that's natural, because anything else would be creepy and weird, yes.
It's actually strange because the year 10s this year are my daughter's age.
Yeah.
They're a weird exception to the rules.
Yeah.
I'm looking at them and thinking they look like a fine young bunch of young adults.
Young adults.
They look older than
Yeah.
than the year 12s. It's very
I get
strange.
what
Ooh,
you're saying.
okay.
La,
That's
la,
funky.
la,
And it's
la,
like, why are all these children at university? Oh god,
la,
they're
la,
first.
la, 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 la,
Children,
la,
where are your
la,
parents?
la.
Hey,
What
parents,
the-
where are your parents?
What the
So-
frick are we doing?
Go back to school.
We don't think we can blow up a ship,
Mm.
and we don't have the codes to lure them into a
I'm not
trap.
saying you don't have either of those options, but I guess I
I don't see
I'd
how we
like
can
to
lure
make it
them
plausible.
after he's
Yes.
already
Can
told them he's
anybody-
coming.
How about not yet? We need to talk to the.
now here's a real question I want to ask you. Have you told Ehrlich Prince that that a message, a
Yes.
last message was sent?
Yes,
Yes.
I tell him, or Ray tells him, or whoever wants to make
I'll
it.
tell him because
I will tell him.
Oh,
actually,
I will tell him.
I
actually
think,
Though I do not know
I
the
won't
way.
tell him
I
because
think-
I need to maintain
I think
something.
we are basically now in
I do not
complete
know what.
cooperation with all the three people,
Mm.
and
That and his response to this, that's very concerning. I'm going to put my security teams on higher alert because I'm concerned that the revealing of the spy or the ending of the spying mission may trigger an invasion.
with respect, sir, I don't think you've got that long.
That long for what? An invasion?
You're not there, you're in a back to tank, shut up.
I don't think you
am
have long
so
enough.
here.
I don't think you have long enough.
He's banging on the inside of the back of the deck.
Can we let Johnny speak?
I don't think we. I don't
Maybe
think
we
we're-
could just
around.
send the message that all of the town's defences have been disarmed. Because remember, they all have all these planetary defence systems. You said that, didn't you? So they had
Why would we do
some
this?
cannons and things to actually keep the blockade at bay.
Why
Well-
would you do anything?
No. Pretty much everything on the surface has been blasted away long ago. So their main defence now is they've gone underground.
The game's running for
Now what's
20
fairly
years,
obvious
although
is this settlement isn't particularly large. It's just one city, really.
Yeah.
This is an ancient relic. We could sell this on eBay.
You could, you've got a parchment there. It's turned parchment as well.
Yeah, that'd be all the finger grease.
Oh, gee.
You know what happens to me? Everything. I cover everything in finger grease. I'm so greasy.
Jesus. You heard it first, everybody.
It's just biology, man.
No, it's you.
Just greasy.
I'm greasy under the skin.
He's available too.
Because
This is normal. Everyone has greasy.
I'm greasy, I'm
Sex
greasy
and
all over my
greasy.
body.
This is everyone has this. You guys are
Everyone
being
has
weird.
grease.
Yeah, you too.
Everyone
I can
is
see the grease
greasy.
coming out of your
Every-
forehead right now.
Everyone is greasy in Dave World.
No,
So there are
it's
small-
a greasy
It's called
hand
skin oil, you
after
weirdos.
work.
Go back to school.
They're being blockaded. They're a small settlement. We came in with some weapons to help bolster them, but not really much, but enough to, and some food and things.
Yeah, you're keeping the colony alive.
Keeping the colony alive,
So,
but they're being blockaded.
They're being blockaded.
We've got to think Malta.
They haven't been. They've been surprised that there hasn't been a full scale assault,
Yeah.
and there is some surmising that they just don't have the resources. But also, this place is actually quite difficult to take. So there's only one. It's underground.
So what
There's
was
only
it?
one way in. It's got heavy blast door protection. Think, like in what's it called?
Last Jedi.
And they still have operational cannon defending the main gate.
So what would they send
Okay,
the
so
assaulters?
if we were to send them, if we were to be able to signal them that the main cannon was down and the entranceway is basically clear, then they may launch
They may launch
a completely
a poorly
unprotected
prepared. Yeah, that's not a bad plan.
assault.
Although,
And then if at the same time we actually get the rebel fleet to come in from behind while they're getting blasted from in front,
Isn't that a ground attack they have to do?
They'd have to
yeah,
launch a
they'd
ground
have to
attack.
launch a ground attack, but then they'd be concentrating on the ground attack, and they'd
Oh,
we'd be
just
able
like
to.
the Last Jedi when this is fun.
Now this is risky, of course. Ehrlich Prince said, well, and if we fail to defend the gate, then we lose the city.
Details.
My resources are thin. Nevertheless, I think it's likely. Remember, we are
Actually-
dealing with Admiral Kolaf, who is known to not be the smartest man in the Empire.
I could taunt him, that'd make him come down.
From a kind of, I mean, not from.
Making him overconfident
Mm,
and thus making a mistake is possibly our best chance. I'm working on the assumption that an invasion is highly likely because he's just lost his spy, and that might just push him over the edge. Now, if he underprepares for such an assault, under the assumption that he does, then it would be better for us than if he actually bides his time.
and if we know he's coming, we can
Admiral Ola?
Admiral Kolaf.
He has
put him.
loudspeakers
We can put him
on
in
his
effectively
AT-ST.
putting him in a pincer between the rebel fleet and
in Frozen.
the protective cannons.
I was actually going to tell this guy that not only is his idea that the spy going missing could be a problem, a logical one. Does he know that there's actually had I managed to get a word in edgeways to tell him that the spy had actually sent a signal last thing?
Yeah. That's why we're having this discussion about possible invasions happening at any moment. And here's something you don't know.
Yes. Well, now we will.
We have a secret passage that hopefully the Empire doesn't know about. If they do, it will have to be defended, and my resources are thin.
Where the
We
hell
can
did
defend
this
it.
go?
If they don't know about it, we could potentially launch an unexpected flanking maneuver.
We can do that instead.
We could do either.
It would have to be from a small.
We have a small.
It would have to be from
One-man
a
fighters.
small, determined but deadly group of desperados.
That's me.
Let's go.
You're
look for
laying it
some-
on thick this time, aren't you?
Let's look for some
Desperado.
people.
Why don't you come to your senses?
What makes you think there's somebody like that within?
This
like,
is great
parsecs of you?
because your elaborate plan is now converging with my elaborate plan.
I have a light bulb because I'm insane.
So the Imperial guy is Admiral Kolaf?
Yeah, he's a nut. We've met him like twice before.
While you're speaking,
He monologued at us.
while you're speaking, a security guard comes in. Sorry to interrupt, sir, but there's been an event.
Let's see if
An
they.
event.
He walks out of the room for a minute and then he comes back in and says, "Come with me."
We go.
And you're at a communications console, and we've just intercepted a communication. And he flips the button and you hear.
Oh, that sounds like an Imperial probe droid.
Oh, probe droid. Where's that? Where is it?
Okay, I'm going to slice the code.
Technically,
Well,
it's just
just
Imperial
roll on.
code.
You're not slicing right now. What are we going to do? Just roll on coding. Unless you have some sort of spy skill. I don't know what you've got.
He's got spy
I've
skill.
got spy skill coming out of my spy skills, but.
Reroll
Okay,
it.
so 6 plus 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Reroll it again.
18 plus 6, 24. 25, 26, 27.
Oh yeah, that's an Imperial probe droid. It's the later model. The Ziska 3, I think.
And it's sneaky with a slight lisp.
It says, and yes, it did try to enter our atmosphere stealthily, but we have managed to detect its communications. I think it's scouting out the valley right as we speak.
It thinks it's clever.
Should we go down?
It's
This
being
is-
slightly sarcastic when it reports.
This is very likely to be a precursor to an attempted attack. I am now ensign, or whatever what title shall we give him? Lieutenant General.
I'm Lieutenant
Not you. He's
Commodore.
not talking to you. He's
No,
talking
you
to
just-
some random officer.
Some rando.
Instant Major.
Put the full
Commander
garrison on the way.
Sarando.
We are now at the highest level of preparation.
Unlock the garrison!
Commander Random Dice Throw.
And you know,
Notify the governor
and you know
immediately.
it's serious because when we hear the music, it's going.
We can expect an attack at any moment.
La la
As
la
he's-
la 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 la.
As he speaks, a massive orbital barrage begins happening.
Oh.
What? Without a glow? I'm disappointed in Kolaf.
I turn to the guy and say, I hate Mondays.
Contact Olaf and
Everything's
tell him who
shaking
he's
a bit.
dealing with.
I want to
Bloody
do
hell,
this.
not again. This always happens.
Go on, taunt him. Sumter, taunt him. Go on.
Everyone, action stations immediately. Shortly
Actually, we
thereafter, the
better-
comms officer
We
says,
do that after
comms
we
officer
attack.
says, massive signal being detected in the atmosphere. Dropships approaching.
Did we?
Did we actually enact any of our plans?
No!
It happened too fast.
We only talked about it for an hour and a half.
I'm sorry.
No
What-
difference.
Aren't we going to what was?
We're
the
doing a
plan?
flank attack.
Yeah, that was the plan.
Everyone
Yeah.
follow
So
me
we're
in
going
a
to-
wedge formation.
Sorry.
Well, we were also going to try and get them to completely relax, thinking they were going to cakewalk it.
Too late now.
Oh shit. I forgot
They,
about that.
they already do. They already think they
We
can.
already did
Let's
this.
say that happened.
Don't you feel satisfied?
That happened about an hour ago.
They're coming into the cakewalk, right? That's like-
I'm sorry.
That loses something that's satisfactory.
Whatever what
I'm
we
sorry,
did
I got a
was
bit
brilliant.
Because Kolaf's just gone off the deep end, I think.
So we've managed to forge the signal.
let somebody.
Let's
roll.
say I looked into the Planeteer,
Okay, I've got
bloated
forgery.
him, and now he's attacking.
Oh, the Palantir, did you mean?
Yes.
The Planeteer.
The planet, well, it's Star Wars, it'll be the Planeteer.
Okay, I've got 3D plus 1
If you
in
want
forgery. Is
someone to
anyone
understand what you're
better?
talking
I know, I said the wrong
Leon
thing.
might have no.
I have got 4D plus 1 in forgery.
Excellent, then you do it.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I'm going to
Forgery.
be gamey here. I'm going to hand you my pad, which has
What are they
slicing
doing?
software on it, so you can get an extra.
Okay.
I never know.
What the hell are you
Oh,
doing?
exploding dice. We're doing forgery type stuff. So,
To be honest, I don't think this is forgery, but just keep going.
What the hell are they
Keep
doing?
going.
so that's 11, 17, 21, 26 plus 1 is 27 total, plus whatever bonus
So,
John
so,
has.
so what signal are you actually sending? Because
They don't know.
they previously received a mission aboard, right?
Mhm.
So now you're effectively saying, oh, but the mission's back on again, and
So now they won't
Poopsie,
attack.
Poopsie sending back. We're acting like Poopsie sending back. I've got free standby.
is that all you're sending? I thought you were sending stuff
I
about
have no idea.
how about the defences are weakened, come and get us now.
They don't know what they're doing.
Mission update reassessment.
Yeah.
Main defence, main door defence cannons are completely down.
All right.
Yes.
All right. That'll do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prince was somewhat leery about that, as I recall, but obviously we
Too
convinced
late
him.
now.
I need you guys to get to the back door as soon as possible.
Okay.
We go there.
Here is your guide.
Hello, it's Hanky Zobo again.
Oh, Zobo!
Oh, hey, hi.
Is he some weird mutant bizarro Superman version of Han Solo?
Let's say he is.
Excellent.
With an Australian accent.
Here's my old smuggling route. Come along, guys. I'll show you where it is.
All right. So I have.
Wasn't he Spanish at one point?
No, I don't
Or
think
was it
he
Irish?
I don't think he was. No, I've
No,
always gone with Aussie Bogan.
Handsy
with that
was
guy.
always bogan,
I've
yeah.
always gone with Aussie Bogan for Hansie Zobo. Just for a bit of a
Sorry.
change. So that is the approach valley to Malta. We'll have to approach through the valley that way and the door's open.
Before we
But
actually
this
run,
would be the thing.
Like some AT gun.
That's another thing. You really should
Do we
have some
actually have
kind
a
of
plan?
shoulder-mounted rocket or
do
something.
we actually
Yes.
have any plans or any weapons?
No, we just run it out into the wilderness.
No, and that
Waving our pointing sticks.
You have no weapons,
Well,
no strategy, no plan.
Yes?
Doesn't that scare you to death?
No? Yes? No.
That's my youngest daughter's favourite line from Doctor Who of all time.
No, yes.
there was some sort of rocket thing or ion cannon thing.
You would hope so. I don't think we have time to assemble an ion cannon on the ridge.
Yeah, we do.
Always time to assemble an ion.
Always time to assemble an ion
I'm gonna give you
cannon on the
some
ridge.
I'm going to give you some kind of heavy weapon.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm just trying to work out what to give
Just
you.
a portable law rocket.
Yeah, they don't really have those in Star Wars, at least not in here, they don't.
They had them in Rebels. I've seen them.
Yeah, I know. I'm just going to improvise that
Something
one.
more like a portable Death Star. A rocket-mounted Death
It's
Star.
Death Star
A
tech.
shoulder-mounted Death Star.
I'm giving you some kind of rocket launcher that's useful for taking out
In the
walkers.
very first scenario, you had one of those.
I
turn up.
know. I don't know where I put the details about it. I can't find it right now.
That was like.
Because I immediately thought that was a useful thing to have. Because it's not something you normally see in Star Wars. I'm going to just make it up. It's alright. Okay. We'll make that.
Can we all hit on a 5 or a 6?
No. It's just a matter of working out how much damage it does against
How
vehicles.
much skill have you got into getting into people's brains and making them
And what its likely range
4
is.
dice.
Yes. If he has to get within 3 feet, that could
Yes,
be
I
difficult.
know, we missed the entire interrogation scene, but never mind.
I could use concentration and make that happen.
Could you get one of the Walker drivers to think that one of the other Walker drivers is a rebel?
Yes.
Or you start shooting at it?
Yes.
Right now, what you guys are doing is rushing to to the catacombs, to the back door.
We have multiple options for causing mayhem.
The catacombs.
Well, we're rushing, but I mean, you know, like the rushing implies also that we actually have a plan and some ammunitions and weapons and things. So I think
We're going to
we
form up
should
on the
have
ridge.
We
and
should have
shoot
some kind
people.
of chance to make that plan.
Okay,
I
so-
need a turn to meditate, however.
Yeah, let's say you've got
Keep me
time.
safe.
You've
till
got
then.
some time. They're deploying.
We'll just wait. We'll wait until he's finished meditating and they reach an optimum position, and then we can
So,
do
Is that an
everything.
optimal position for meditation?
so what intelligence you do know? One dropship, so it's not a large scale assault.
Look out! It's the map.
It is the map that we always use. This is the back door.
Every planet looks the same.
I need to get more maps. I still like them though.
Hey, Zo, David.
Ah,
It's planet hell.
let's get all of this stuff out.
Who owns those
I've been
glasses?
here before.
Are they yours?
No, you've never been here
I'm
before.
wearing mine.
I thought I gave some guy a
Where did these guys?
Couple
These must be
of
days.
Today.
I feel something I've not felt since.
last time I saw it.
La 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 la.
That's how you get in.
La,
from
la,
the city.
la.
And there's the Beastmaster's den.
The Beastmaster.
And
That singer never looked so good.
and the way out is that way.
The way out, as in
where
the
did-
way
Where we've
into the
emerged
city.
from Hanzo's secret smuggling route.
The rest of it's dead ends.
Sorry, could you just go over that again because I'm confused.
You enter from the city from here. There's the lift, and then
So
that's,
we are there,
you are there. There may be a reason why.
and
I'm
this is
saying
the way. This is the front door to the city over here.
I would-
No.
I would have thought that was the front door.
That's the
No,
front.
no, and the front door to the city's in another whole
This
other
is-
area.
this whole
this
thing
is
is the back
this
door.
is the back door.
That hopefully
I'm
the rest of the
confused.
Yes, so am I.
This is where
So
Hanzo
are
has
the
led us.
baddies.
Yeah.
So Erlich Prince sent you guys to the back door because he couldn't really afford to keep. He wants everyone. He's
Yeah,
the back
I
door man.
understand. I
Defending the
understand.
front door.
Where are the bad guys going to be?
Well, as far as you know, they've landed in the valley. They'll presumably
Well,
attack
point
up
to
the
the head of the valley.
It's
So
not on the map because that's the.
But is it this side or that side?
Oh, okay.
Surely you know that
we
much.
need some points together. Some.
Yes, up there.
Right. City's here.
Yes, we
It goes
get
on
that.
for quite a while, right?
And that's the back door, we get that.
Front valley.
Front door through here.
Front,
to there.
front. You won't be able to access the front door from anywhere through here.
Okay, this is the city, right? This is the city.
Right.
I'm
There's a
gonna show
valley.
Yeah.
Well off this map, right? They've landed in it. Front door to the city over here somewhere. But you guys, right? So, as far as he knows, there's two options. Either you have to defend the back door because you can't afford to leave anyone else to defend it, or if that doesn't, if nobody's defending them, if you don't have to defend it, then you can launch
Flank.
a some kind of flanking,
Flank.
unexpected attack from a different direction.
Okay. Point of
So,
clarification.
so when you
and I'm
come
not-
out here, you
I'm-
come out above the valley where the
Oh.
Imperials will be attacking down.
Right.
So they're over here somewhere.
Yeah, they're over there somewhere.
Right. So
That's
that's
the
the
question.
valley.
Yes.
So now we get.
So
now
you
we
will
get some
exit.
information.
You will
Yeah.
exit above the valley. So in that picture I was showing you, you will exit basically here,
Yeah.
and down the valley. And if the Imperials are taking the bait, they'll be
Okay.
coming down the
Sorry,
valley.
sorry. Our confusion was that in
You
that
thought
picture,
this was the valley.
we thought this was the valley.
No, this is the route
Yeah.
underground to get to
Okay.
the back door.
So, oh, this is underground.
So this is the
Yes,
front door.
we didn't realise that. at
None
all.
of this is the front door.
I assumed that was just, this was open air.
Yeah, we thought that was coming
Yeah,
out
Where the
from
obvious people
underground.
do this is where the
into
back
the
door
valley.
is.
No,
Anyway.
yes, sorry, I failed to explain that. But no, that's
Okay.
that's the logic. Now, given that I've set it up, that might
Yeah.
imply that
That
it
we're
won't
about to get.
be that it won't be
the
perfectly
catwalk
easy
that we
access to the valley.
Yes. Okay. Fair enough.
Maybe.
We get you now.
So,
Is it
so, so maybe
See, we were expecting to jump in and start fighting.
No, I don't have anything like
no, you don't have anything like that.
No, I'm saying who has the skill to fire one?
that. Fire a what?
A bloody anti-tank missile.
I don't think any of us have that, so we'll have
I
to.
might.
If you have gunnery,
I believe I do have
Which-
gun.
under dexterity, and several of
Several of
them
us have. I've got 5D in gunnery.
then
Oh wow, then I think you're it.
You got a lightsaber? Cool.
That's a light foil actually. But nobody can tell the difference. I just tell them it's a lightsaber.
It's where the blade is probably, but
what happens when a Sith,
No.
a Sith
maybe.
Lord comes to kill you?
Then I'll kill him.
Then he will levitate the light foil, turn it on himself, and skewer him.
the short answer is he'll just make some crap.
I thought I had one of those. Doesn't matter.
Oh, bounce a particle, bounce a graviton particle beam off the main, that's the dish. That's the way we do things like we make things up
What time do we plan to finish?
Putting on down the Romulans, opposed
So that's what we're probably not going to achieve tonight is the full battle of Melton.
Where is
Maybe we will
my
because
character literally should stand out.
There
There
he
he
is.
is. Because he's the one wearing the cheap glowy vinyl.
find a character that you're happy to use as your character.
Where was the one we had last week?
You asked me to box when you're finished.
No, no box for you. I will choose your character. Aren't you Japanese?
Wrong game.
No need to tell him that.
One day Peter will bring his figures along and I'll have my figure back.
I'm sorry, but
No, you're not.
well, I can't just
That'll do.
shove it in a bag. And
Yeah, you can. Shove it in.
Oh, this one is not for you.
Did you buy more?
I just never bothered getting him out of his plastic bag because he's dumb. But I'm using
Oh,
it.
you're breaking it now. He's in mint condition now.
Because
You've
he's
ruined
dumb. Yeah, you haven't opened the bag in 20 years.
You
Why
want-
now?
Your $1.50 vinyl figure will now only be worth like 40 cents.
I haven't had this guy for 20 years.
I'll just use that guy because he's green.
It's not easy being
What is this
green.
thing? It's an Imperial Dark Trooper for some one. You're about
Oh, semantics. Don't you love them?
it. Nerds.
Another redraw.
Yep, it's phase 1.
Stupid.
Should we
I
focus
know,
on the
they're
map
still
now,
with
since
pointy
something's going to
stick.
happen with the map? Should I point it at the map?
Yep.
Yeah, time to point it at the map.
I'm just going to use
Not
the
you
cloud
pointing
car
at the
pilot.
map, you idiot.
Point it at the map.
You know it.
How are we doing? Have we got everything?
No, we never got past the box at this end of the table.
Because people were so focused on servicing themselves.
Sorry.
Hang on,
If you insist on using that
move
phrase,
this around.
Yeah,
Sorry to the
serving
people that are
themselves.
throwing up at the moment.
still, I don't think that's an
Let's-
improvement.
Really? You've never heard the term serving yourself?
Yes.
And apparently that always means masturbation to you, doesn't it?
Oh, jeez.
No.
Oh my god,
Jesus.
where did that come from?
Yeah, I got the connection.
Well, I can see me now and Jono. Except we're reversed.
Oh, geez, that's not much to see.
Do this, it's disorientating.
How are we looking?
You have aimed it
Looks
at the
okay.
map.
So, have you got one?
Is
No,
it
no,
looking
no,
at the
no,
map
no.
where we are?
Yeah, the characters are just off to this side.
Yeah, but that actually films more than you can see on the screen, so he's got all of it.
Ah, good, excellent.
Answer is 6. Keep track of how. Give yourself 6 dice damage. Write that next to it. So you add more. You add more dice to damage when you attack characters.
So
than
you attack
when you
if you
attack
use it to
orders.
attack.
Lightsaber, it burns up.
I quote the
So many now.
We
Ray,
lost.
I quote a little thing I saw about Spitfires. Out of trouble. And guess what they're putting on it?
Well, you know,
Condoms?
Yes.
you know they used condoms in World War II to over the submachine guns.
Didn't know that, no.
And look, the troops just discovered this, and they decided to make some special sized ones. And Churchill said, "Okay, you can do this. You can manufacture them, but you
Alright.
Who's Plastic Man?
Plastic Man.
He's got a plastic
Right.
with that into the game.
Oh, we need Hansy Zobo. I've forgotten about Hansy.
I named the Hanzobo.
Have I managed to continue my long-standing tradition of picking the one character that you're going to use for him?
There's Hansi Zobo.
Yep, that's about right. That's perfect.
How big are these squares?
5 feet,
Oh, in terms of movement,
20 inches.
one movement point. Unless you go diagonal, in which case it's 1.5. Now,
It's more like 1.41.
I know, but I'm not doing that.
Nobody does.
Is there any? What are you doing? You're there.
We're
I
exploring.
don't have a clue until we meet the enemy.
You know you're going in that direction. Well, I'm just giving you the option of being careful
Are we-
or cautious
We're going to
or,
be careful.
Because
or
there's been
thinking
planet,
about it.
there has been planetary bombardment. The roof could be unstable. There may have already been landslide. Sorry, not landslides. Collapses. Cave-ins.
That'll be all those rocks.
Oh no, you're dead! You're dead! You're that far, you're dead! You're dead!
I kind of wish you hadn't jumped the
Sucked
gun to that extent. but
Sucked in.
Oops.
Sucked
Let's
in.
go on.
You're gonna die. Something. You're
Here.
all alone.
What the heck?
Put him over there. No, God.
Oh, jeez.
I've got to do it myself now.
I need an extendable arm.
The combat before me.
6 Earth dice.
8.
Peter's
9.
Peter,
So this is a big droid thing.
you've detected
It's a Mark 1 clip.
which is a bit of a problem because now it knows it's a back.
I can't even see it. So
At the
up to
moment,
you.
it's presumably
Lieutenant,
trying to
whatever
work.
your name-
The Empire here.
Didn't Han Solo take one out
It's
with a
not like
laser
it's
rifle?
didn't hit it that hard.
That's
Exactly.
right. That's exactly what happened.
Because I watched.
This thing, you get the information out of it.
Well, the other
No,
thing,
we
no.
don't.
In this case, you just don't want it finding out that it can access the city from here.
Maybe we have to missile.
You've detected the probe droid. Is it's like
All its freaking lights.
It's red light.
it's going scanning.
Do I have
Under
stealth?
under that assumption,
I have. I
No.
have sneak.
Not stealth. Same with me.
so you just made up a skill, right? Okay.
Under what?
What do you mean? I just made
Dexterity?
that's
Yeah,
your-
yeah, yeah. Where
your
did you
typing.
get this stealth from?
I
It says,
didn't. My original
Yeah,
character
exactly.
had stealth. That's what I was looking for. But I
He
don't
sees
have.
you.
Oh, well, they were
I
asking.
have
Yeah,
never.
yeah, well, that's because it's like you were.
Ah!
Down in front of me.
Sorry.
Surely, technically, the only person you could possibly detect at this point.
16.
6.
Why do you get +2?
What is that?
Through rock.
But he'll see you first when he comes for me.
You can float over those rocks because it floats.
It's so weird trying
So
to.
we don't want to destroy it?
No, we don't, because that
Let's
would
flank
be
it.
bad.
Let's flank it.
Destroying public property is as bad
All right, right now.
David, I respond.
than pants.
I'm going to assume Peter's because I moved Peter's character. I'm going to assume he's
Okay, I shall be there.
establishing a straight line. Yes, it would appear to be obscured by the column of rock. You can just see the light it's emitting.
This
Can I
is-
see
Probably
it?
should have something in the way.
Can I?
Dave, I want to
Do
sprint
it.
for here.
Do it, do it, do
Or
it.
hide in here,
Before
actually.
any of the
it'd
other
be better.
maniacs pinch you go.
Actually, this is the one chance the probe droid gets to do something, so I'm trying to decide what it's doing. Let the probe droid go.
Give it a go.
One.
I rolled super crap, is what I just rolled.
Cumulative 3.
He missed you with his blaster cannon. Shoot.
Hang on, we couldn't
No.
square what you
It can't be in a proper square. It's too big. It's not in violation of my
Jesus.
rules. Here we go.
It's got
Oh, I failed utterly again.
Oh, 20. Odd or even.
I rolled well for sneak, so my sneak to put myself there. So I mean,
Guys, could you be? Could you decide amongst yourselves who would be?
You know, to use
I
inside
think we
cabins.
need to save our.
that's exactly what I'm saying.
We've only got
I was
6 of
assuming
these
I
things.
couldn't fire at all.
So you're technically getting into a position where you can fire off.
No,
That's right. So when I
fire
rolled
now,
the
you'll get
sneak,
something in the back of the head.
So okay, then somebody
And blow
else.
yourself up.
Somebody
Well,
else.
I've got 5 handguns, so that's pretty good, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what can I do to get myself into a clear shot?
You're probably shooting because you've had to
Do,
move so
I
far.
just have to get to there, don't I?
Yeah.
Oh, you're just literally going to stand in the open.
Hank, well, he needs to be a bit further back that way if he wants to shoot.
Yeah, because
Yes.
otherwise.
I roll fantastic. Depends on what damage he rolls. Roll for damage.
How many do I do for damage?
Oh, sorry,
I
I
don't
was
know
rolling
for
for
your
dodge then.
I don't know if
I will roll
Never
anyway.
remember. Yes,
he rolled crap, Ray.
I roll pretty
yes,
crap.
heavy blaster.
Five
So
dice.
5 dice.
Oh yeah.
Obviously not.
Well, we're going to be 80s. You're going to have fun blowing them up.
You better hope there's not AT-ATs. That's some heavy stiff. That's some heavy
What
stuff.
if they not have
Well, they weren't going to have AT-ATs until you mentioned in front of the Game Master.
No, I do.
Thanks loads.
Well, I'm not saying anything. I should be
Star
poking
Destroyer, you must have at least some AT-ATs. It's Kolaf. I assume he has a Star Destroyer unless he's been demoted since our last encounter.
What like to do, Dave? Do you want to leave it there for tonight? Or get into
Maybe
it?
we should because
Yes.
it takes a while to do that.
I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah, we've
Sounds
had
good.
we've had an encounter with the Pro Droid.
So
Hopefully that means that the Empire. Well, they probably know they've just lost a Pro Droid.
let me just say we've cleared the tunnel. Is that correct?
But they could have lost a pro droid to anything.
I was going to say,
Random creature that attacked it.
Ewoks throwing
Avians.
tiny rocks.
The other thing is, can the probe droid actually communicate through the rock?
It's got sensors, so it can sense things
Can
like.
sense
Actually, that
us,
might not
but
be a
can it
bad
get it-
idea.
can
Should we just
can it
bury it in
relay
rubble?
any of that
And
information
therefore-
back?
Oh, I see.
Aren't they designed to send information across
Probably
like
not worth the effort.
thousands of light
We
years?
succeed, the
Yes.
Imperials
Yes.
aren't going
In this
to come
case, it
in
doesn't
actually
need to.
find the probe droid domain.
But here's what happened.
And if we fail, then there's not much point
So-
in actually
so-
having the deception.
So right now you're uncertain about what information, if any, it's relayed back to its sources.
We may be in luck
before
because
it's
it's under
destroyed.
rock.
Remembering
Most
that
radio systems have.
at the moment it's just it may or may not know about the back door. It may just be scouting out options.
In which case, shooting it was a bad idea.
And we could
In which
just,
case shooting it was a good idea, maybe
and we could
before
just,
it found the back door.
and we could have just been in a camp of